Hey beautiful, yes, I am talking to you. Welcome to my channel. It's your girl Farida, also known as Curly Proverbs. If you didn't know, my channel is all about hair growth, length retention, and natural, holistic and affordable remedies that you can use for hair care. We mix it up, we use all kinds of herbs and concoctions. Today we're actually going to be focusing on henna. Yes, my original bay. I have been using it in my hair for over 8 years now, and it took me from being stuck here for 2 decades of life. I mean, literally primary, secondary, graduated, got my graduate job, my hair was collarbone length, and then entered henna, and we are talking, well, I'm not even pulling on it, you know, to really smooth it out. When my hair is wet or straight, you can really see the length. It's down past beyond tailbone length. It's actually halfway down my bottom now, and that is all to do with utilizing particularly henna and oils. Henna was the biggest game changer when I started, the first ingredient to really absolutely wow me, and it is the thing that I get the most questions about. Like, people want to know how to mix it up, what should you use as your first henna treatment, where would be a good place to buy it, how often should you use it. So we're going to try and tackle all of those things in this video today. So if that sounds bomb, then keep watching. Guys, if you didn't know, we've actually released we've had a drop. Okay guys, so we're going to be looking at henna 10 ways. There are 10 different ways that you can utilize henna. 9 of those 10 that I'm going to be discussing today has actually got to do with uses in the hair. Super potent stuff. And what you want to be looking out for when you purchase henna is you want to buy a henna that has actually got a high Lawson content. I'm going to have links to my store henna in the description box below. It has super high content of Lawson dye. You want a body art quality henna for the maximum percentage of Lawson dye, so it's potent. So if you're literally using a teaspoon in each treatment, it's still gonna bang, because the active ingredient percentage is really high. In fact, this particular henna, I'll tell you a funny story. The supplier that produced this henna actually worked Aishwarya Rai and Liz Hurley's wedding. They provided the body art for those 2 weddings. So it was good enough for them. It's certainly good enough for me. So let's get into the actual uses. So the first and easiest way for you to utilize henna would be in a gloss. So I'd highly recommend this method if you are brand new to using henna, because henna is so strengthening. It could potentially cause a setback in breakage if you are not hydrating and rebalancing it and not handling it gently enough. So it really is worth building up your experience of using henna by making up a gloss. What do I mean when I say a gloss? What I mean is, get your regular deep conditioner or blend fruit, for example, banana or avocado, and actually add between a teaspoon to a tablespoon, maybe up to 2.5 teaspoons into your deep conditioner, and apply that to your hair. And what you will do is you'll get strength and you'll get hydration at the same time. From the very first use and application, you'll definitely see a difference, and it is really good for if you just need a balancing but slightly more to the strengthening side conditioning treatment, which, to be honest, I think suffices for most people. Really good herbs that you could combine with that would be aloe vera. Also, amla is fantastic as well. Amla really helps with curl definition. I think one of the things I want to say about henna is the fact that it can actually over time loosen the curl. And the reason for that is, if I use a henna treatment this week, even though I wash it out, in the crevices and damage of my hair cuticle, deposits of the henna will actually form, even though I've rinsed it out. That's why after you've put henna treatment, your hair colour still continues to change for maybe up to 3 weeks afterwards before it settles into its official colour. Then let's say in 3 weeks I do another application. That's going to build on the previous deposit, and what that does, it can elongate the actual hair, but at the same time it actually thickens the density of each strand at the same time. So that's something that you need to bear in mind if you're deciding or thinking about utilizing henna. I have been using henna for 8 years now, and honestly, with the exception of the one time where I left it in my hair for fully 24 hours just because I wanted to see what would happen, it's never really elongated my curls. So I've not really had a problem, and I just fixed that by using amla and shea butter that actually reversed that issue. The other thing that you can do is you can actually make a mask. Now in this, you're basically making a cake batter like consistency where you're adding perhaps 75, 100, 120 grams, depending on the length of your hair, to hot, not boiling water. When you add hot water, what that does is it increases the release of the Lawson dye, and then you want to leave it to sit for 4 hours. You really want it to develop. Again, you can add to the amla to really help to maintain the integrity of your hair. So per 100 grams you could put a tablespoon of amla. Per 100 grams you could put a tablespoon of aloe vera powder as well. There's no reason why you can't increase those doses too. And then you just apply that from the scalp all the way down to the ends, and you really want to make sure that it gets in and onto the scalp. You start to feel like a cooling on your scalp, and you know you've done it properly. It really does help with like retaining your hair and decreasing your shedding as well. And let me tell you, potent stuff. You will not be having any hair breakage after that if you follow up with a moisturizing leave-in conditioner. Okay, the third way that you can actually utilize it is by actually making up a bar. Now I've actually got a gloss bar recipe or two on my channel already. I'm going to have those linked here. And what you can do is essentially put the henna into some melted coconut oil and melted shea butter or mango butter, avocado butter, cacao butter. Melt that down, any of those butters that you choose, or a combination of 2 of them, and then you can freeze it, and it actually forms bars that you can easily melt and use as a pre-shampoo treatment. If you have fine hair, you want to use it before shampooing, or if you have hair that's prone to drying out, you can actually use that as a butter treatment post shampoo. You can also, if you strain out the henna once you've infused it into the butter and the oil, you could strain it out and you can actually use it as a strengthening butter in the week. I'm excited for the results that you're actually going to get from applying what I'm saying to you today. It works. It really works. The other thing you can do is just add a teaspoon of it to your shampoo. What this does is when your hair is at its most vulnerable, i.e. when it's soaking wet, you're actually infusing strength. What you do is you put it into the shampoo, apply it from scalp to ends. You leave that on again for about 5 minutes. Once you rinse and before you go into your deep conditioning treatment, your hair is thanking you for the strength. It is crazy the difference it actually makes. The other way that you can actually use it is you can use it in a tea. Take a teaspoon or 2, put it into a mug, hot water, leave that 8 hours, overnight, whatever. It infuses. Discard or take that henna to use in a different recipe, and actually put that henna water or tea into a spray bottle, spray from roots to ends. Listen, there's no need for anything else after that. You don't need to do anything else. That's literally how simple it is to utilize the henna to strengthen your hair. Right, the other way that you can actually use it is, of course, in art, in body art. It is used for festivals all over Africa and the Middle East. It is used in the Hindu and Muslim households for all kinds of body art, for all kinds of festivities, religious and non-religious, by the way. So if you're not religious, you know, it's all good. You could still use it. But the henna art is absolutely stunning. So if you didn't know, yeah, It is beautiful. Okay, so you could also infuse oil. Okay, so grab your favorite oil. So it could be almond oil, it could be olive oil, it could be coconut oil, and infuse with henna. I love infusing coconut oil with henna. The resulting smell is so chocolatey. I love it. And again, this is great for if you want to have an oil that you're going to seal your ends with, use for your scalp massages. It's so dope. Like, I absolutely love it. Like, oh, I don't know, I still get hyped after 8 years of using it. I have not fallen out of love with henna. Okay, so you could infuse flax gel as well. So if you make your own DIY flax or chia gel, you can actually infuse that with your henna before you strain out the flax. So when you're warming it up, when you strain out the seeds of the flax, you could actually strain out the henna, and the flax gel will be infused, and it's great as a leave-in. Wonderful for definition in the hair as well. Finally, pink Himalayan sea salt can actually be mixed with it in order to produce a scalp exfoliant. So you can get finely milled pink Himalayan sea salt or sugar, and add a little bit of pumpkin seed oil and or papaya oil and your henna, and that is the most amazing scalp exfoliant. Great for invigorating the follicles, cleansing the follicles, lifting debris, dead cells, which of course gives access to all the goodness to actually get into your scalp. So those are 10 different ways that you can actually utilize henna in your regimen. It's extremely versatile, whether you need strength, and moisture, whether you need a pre-shampoo treatment, a protein treatment. It can basically stand as all of the above. If you found this video to be useful, please be sure to come back here in a few days when we will upload the video showing how you can actually make each of these recipes and utilize them. And yes, that will be in a few days. Please do give this video a thumbs up because it massively, it massively supports my channel, and I really would appreciate it. If we could get this video up to like 5,000 likes, that would be amazing. Help me out with my goal, and I will see you in the next video.